We are 4 hours into trading. It is Wednesday, September 23rd. Let's see what the market's doing. Let's see if we can find some great trades. I'm going to do a little exercise. Monday, we had a huge gap down. We could see that on the daily chart. About a 58-point drop on the S&P 500 futures right out of the opening gate. And you can see that right there. Throughout the course of the day, the bid was confirmed. We had 3 bounces off of it and a little bit of a late day rally. Yesterday, Tuesday, market gapped higher, continued to move higher the entire day, and it closed right where we would have closed on Friday. So let's pretend like these 2 days never happened and like the market opened right where it did today and that today was Monday. We would have a completely different feel because we wouldn't have this information right here and we wouldn't know that the bid is there. So let's put up that 5-minute chart and let's assume that today's open was actually Monday morning right here. So we have selling Friday. We go below the 50-day moving average on Friday. We break technical support on Friday. We open a little bit lower, and then we start selling fairly hard. Now, we would have a really different tone to the market Tuesday and Wednesday if that had been the price pattern, but that's not what happened. We had this big gap down, and what it did was it revealed a fairly strong bid at lower levels. We also had big stocks like Amazon, Microsoft, Apple, Google, Facebook, all falling down to major technical support levels. Most of those were major moving averages. All of those stocks were able to find support there, and then we saw buyers come in. And this is the price action Monday. 1, 2, 3 tests, and once sellers were not able to knock the market down, we saw a nice little bid come in. This is the price action Tuesday. We had a nice little gap higher. We were able to fill in that gap from the open. We came back and we filled the gap in. Okay, let's start from square one and see if we can get anything going. Yes, a nice little bid to the market. So everything grinds higher. We had a nice finish right on the high of the day. So today we've had a little bit of selling pressure, and it's been very persistent selling pressure. You can see this downward sloping channel right here, and you can see it right there. And that was going to be intact until we could finally break out above it. Now we had a nice bullish hammer right there with a bullish 10P cross. So it looks like the market is going to be able to find its footing. I'm in bullish mode right now because we'll go to that daily chart. The selling pressure has been rather subdued. Yes, we still have this downward sloping trend line right here. So what I'm going to do is GTC. I'm going to click on the top of this candle. I'm going to click on the top of that candle. That is my downward sloping trend line. Before I get aggressive with any long positions, I want to make sure that we are above this downward sloping trend line. I'm also going to put up the major moving averages, the 200-day, the 100-day, and the 50-day. Those will also come into play. Market first, market first, market first. I know everybody wants to dive right into the picks of the day, but we have to get our market bearings before we can even decide which side of the market we're going to focus on. So here you can see that we didn't quite get down to the 100-day moving average on Monday, and we bounced right off of it. The 50-day moving average comes into play right at this downward sloping trend line. So if we can get above that 50-day moving average, I think the market's got a really decent chance of grinding higher. That's the type of price action I'm going to be looking for before I get aggressively long. But right now, given that we found support above that 100-day moving average, given that the momentum downward, look at the momentum downward, down, bounce, down, bounce, down, trying to bounce. It's 3 steps down, 2 steps back. Well, if you're selling out of the money bullish put spreads, time is your friend. Every day that ticks by, that accelerated time decay works in your favor. And so if you have a very slow, very gradual, very methodical sell-off in the market that probes for support and keeps bouncing, that's fine. The only thing that you don't want as a bullish put spread seller is a huge market drop like we saw in February and March. Those are nasty. Those can really hurt you. I think that we can come back down. We could maybe probe around that 100-day moving average, worst case, but that we are going to find support. This was what I call a marginal new low. We had the support level that was breached, made a tiny new low, and then came right off of it. That tells me that there's still support in the marketplace and that over the course of the next 3 weeks or I can sell some bullish put spreads on strong stocks and not have to worry too much that the rug is going to get yanked out from under me. This drop Monday gave me some confidence because you can see how we rallied back, closed on the high, leaving this bullish hammer with a long tail under body above that 100-day moving average. Now, this is not what I would call a capitulation low because there was not nearly enough fear. But this is just a mild round of profit taking after we were overextended on the upside. That's how I view this. So let's take a look at some bullish searches and see what we can find. I'm going to be looking specifically for some stocks that I can day trade on alongside, and I'm going to be looking for a bullish put spread that I can sell in this video. So I want to find some good candidates. What I did was I conducted a search. Option liquidity, -1. I could go to 0 on this also, which is fairly good, up to a maximum level of 15, which is the max. I want to see heavy volume today, and I want to see a stock that is above the prior day high. Hey, wait a minute. The market's down today. Yes, it is. So if there's a stock that's above its prior day's high, it's got to be putting in a really good day so far. Furthermore, I want to see a stock that has relative strength on a daily basis. I'm going to click scan, and there are my results. So now I'm going to go through. I'm going to take a look at them. Let's find a trade. BICG, I'm only going to be looking at daily charts right now. You can see this stock doesn't have enough price history for me to be interested in it, so I'm going to take a pass on it, but it does have support right here at this low around the $65 level. It's bouncing before it got to that low, so yes, that would be interesting to me, but I want to make sure that I've got more data than that, so I'm not going to be trading it. COST. And we had a horizontal resistance level here. It's pretty choppy stock. No, not my favorite. I think I can find better. Hey, that one looks pretty dang good. Look at this upward sloping trend line right here. If I see it, I might as well drop an alert light on it. I've been trying to tell you to do this forever and ever. We also have horizontal resistance that's been broken. I like this one. What could we do? We could lean on this resistance level right here, which comes into play around $130. You can see the stock's at 138. So in this instance, I would suggest trying to get down to maybe the 126 level or so on these options. And let's see if we can do that. I'm going to check out the option pricing and we'll see where the options come into play. Unfortunately, there are only monthly options on Fiverr. And so we'd have to go out in time, but let's see what we can do on the 125, 120 bullish put spread, which would be right here underneath this breakout. So I'm going to sell that 125 put and I'm going to buy the 120 put. If I've got 5 points between the strike prices, as I do in this instance, I am going to be looking for a $1 credit. And you can see how that spread is currently 60 cents bid, offered at $2.20. I believe that I can get more for this spread than a dollar. Maybe I can get $1.15, maybe I can get $1.25 for it. That I think would be a really nice trade. And we're leveraging off of this breakout. We're also leveraging off the fact that the market has been down, down, down. The stock has been up, 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 and it has a breakout to a new all-time high. So if you were just simply going to run an option probability calculator and you would look at the expected value on this trade, it probably would not show you with a great risk reward. But what those models do not take into consideration is the fact that this stock has momentum, it has relative strength, and it has good volume behind this move. Those all increase our probability of success That's what makes these trades work. So if the market is able to tread water, I believe this stock is going to continue to grind higher. Even if the market pulls back, I believe that this breakout is going to hold. Now, if that breakout fails, and let's call it the low from September 22nd fails, then you have to get out of the trade. And that low would put you at 122.50. So if you trade below that, you should close that trade down. I think that we're going to have more and more breathing room, and as the stock continues to move higher, you can move that stop up to $126 on a closing basis. That's a good trade. I like it. Fiverr has run hard, yes, but it's still got great momentum. Obviously, they're doing a lot of business. I would imagine that stay at home is really helping this company because you've got a lot of people probably posting on Fiverr and a lot of people looking for that type of talent as well. But regardless, don't care too much about the fundamentals. The technicals tell me everything I need to know. Lulu, it's been pretty weak, starting to bounce. No, I want to see more support before I get behind that name. Nike, earnings after the close, they loved it. Look at that breakout. Now, Nike is not typically a real strong mover, but there was an opportunity to scoop this earlier today. We were identifying the support level here, 1, 2, 3. Break out through that lower sloping trend line, and now it's been grinding higher. I don't think I would chase Nike here. NLS, that's a nice looking stock. Don't know this one. Nautilus, actually this must be a physical equipment manufacturer. And yes, fitness company. So you can see how it's starting to gain traction along with Peloton, which is also on the list. And I'm going to keep going down the list here and taking for a look at new stocks. PTON, very, very strong. I would not be selling bullish put spreads on that. RAD, choppy stock, would not be selling bullish put spreads on that. TWTR, beautiful breakout right there. This low should hold at 43.50. That would be an area where you could try and sell an out of the money bullish put spread. Stock is super, super strong. I would make sure to check the news that's driving it today. Could set up for a nice bullish put spread using that 43.50 level. If the stock takes out that opening price right there, which is about 43.50, then you've got to close that down. Here I think you can go out probably about less than 2 weeks ideally. I mean 2 weeks or less. So I would not be wanting to look past the October 2nd expiration on that because this is a volatile stock. And we'll take a look at that 43.50 strike price, and I'm going to click on that, and I'm going to click on the 43, and there you can see that you have 50 cents between the strike prices. You can get a dime for that. You've got a week and 2 days worth of risk exposure, and if the spread expires worthless, you would make a 25% return on that spread. Not too bad. So that one also might be another decent trade idea for you. ZM, off to the races. Take a look at that one. This one you just day trade from the long side. I day traded it today. I got in. I made $3 on it in about 2 minutes, and I was out. I was happy. I didn't know where the stock would go, but yes, it kept grinding and grinding higher. UNFI, I don't think has really liquid options in it. But in any event, I wanted to show you the type of stocks that come up in these searches and how easy it is to find them. And then your trading strategy sets up right around those price points, right around those major moving averages. You take advantage of accelerated time decay. You take advantage of relative strength. You take advantage of heavy volume. These moves are happening on heavy volume. Buyers are lined up. In particular, if you have stocks that are breaking out, they are even more attractive than other stocks, which may simply be bouncing within a trading range. So that's how we do it. Those are the picks that I have for today. I really like that Fiverr trade. I think that's probably the best one for a swing trade, selling an out of the money bullish put spread. I think Twitter can also work, a little bit riskier, but a very short time frame. Those would be my two favorites. And as far as the other stocks that I showed you, I think they all set up well for day trading from the long side. They've all got good relative strength, good volume, and they're moving higher today when the market is still down. Overall market, still a little bit iffy. Let's take a quick look and see where it is right now. We're still seeing some pretty decent selling pressure. Market's not able to lift off. I would imagine that low holds. Here's what I would like to see in terms of trading later this afternoon. I'd like to see the market come back down. I'd like to see it test that support. Before it gets there, I would like to see a higher low, double bottom, and I would like to see this 1OP indicator way down like that and give me a nice bullish cross signal. Then I would feel good buying that into the close. If, on the other hand, we get a market rally that just kind of fizzles away right here, this bounce just doesn't go anywhere, we keep moving higher, and then we get a bearish cross like it's coming up right now, and we get this upward sloping trend line that's breached on a 5-minute basis, that would probably be a decent short. You'd need to watch what happens to it right here as it comes up to the low of the day. If it breaks that low of the day, then you want to let the move continue lower, but you'd want to see it happen very soon, and you'd want to see it happen on a long red candle as opposed to gradually come down, tick, 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 bounce, 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 bounce for a long time. You don't want to see that. This would be a bearish trend day if you had a nice, sharp, defined, long red candles closing on their low right through the low of the day. That's something right now that I could sink my teeth into, so I will be watching it. It is the middle of the day, so I'm not expecting any big movement. We had price compression right here. We rallied a little bit. We've got price compression right here. So I'm not expecting those long red candles right now, but that certainly would tell me that lower prices are ahead. This is a support level from yesterday, this low of the day. Click alert, double click on that low, and now I have a reference point. If by chance the market does start to really falter, I know where it should be finding support through the course of the day. That's all I've got for you. I think that we've got some nice setups for some bullish put spreads. It is not time to get aggressive with these. It's time to start nibbling, put a few on for stocks that are really showing some nice relative strength, because this market pullback has done us a huge favor. It's shown us the real McCoys, the stocks that are holding their own, the stocks that are moving a little bit higher really have strong bids to them. Those are the ones that you want to be selling out of the money bullish put spreads on. Thanks so much. If you like this content, please give it a thumbs up and make sure to subscribe to this YouTube channel and turn on your notifications so that you never miss one of these videos. Thank you. We'll see you tomorrow. Thank you for watching this YouTube video. I'm Pete Stolzers, and I'm going to keep the trade ideas coming along with lots of education, so make sure to subscribe to the channel and please turn on your notifications so that you never miss another trade. If you like the content, please give it a thumbs up. I've loaded 2 other videos that I think you're really going to enjoy. Stay tuned. We'll see you soon.